Hey guys, we are at Andrew Jackson's home here in Tennessee, and I just wanted to kind of share a little bit of the museum, and I think we're going to go on a couple of tours, so I will take you guys along. Courageous, independent, self-reliant, immeasurable, tough in body, mind, and spirit. In his day, Andrew Jackson was the living embodiment of the new American. Born fatherless, without money, land, or rank, orphaned at age 14, Jackson blazed his own trail like any true Westerner would, taking chances, bending rules, and meeting conflict with a determination that would define the trajectory of his life, his entire life. Wow. That's his timeline. That's the Revolutionary War, and then the prelude to a war. I know he fought in the other battles before. Old Hickory. By his 20s, Andrew Jackson might not have understood his destiny, but he knew he wanted the name Andrew Jackson to mean something. He wanted people to recognize him, to respect him, and to acknowledge him. Without formal training or education as a soldier, in 1802, Jackson was elected general of Tennessee militia. People liked him. He was strong, charming, and charismatic. Not a Sunday soldier. There was never a task he asked of his men that he didn't require himself. And that's a true leader there. Creek War. That is so cool too. Americans crushed with better firepower. What is this on? The Red Sticks, the fort. Nice. War of 1812. Oh yeah. That was against the War of 1812 against Canada, I know. And it depends on who you ask as to who won that one.
Yeah.
If you are in Canada and you read their history books and then you read ours, a completely different story.
I love the story of the slaves along here, but when they were bought, when they were sold.
They do or they do not?
Everywhere. They do. It's more
That is cool.
That's really cool. Dueling pistol.
That's right. No, those, you couldn't shoot anybody with those things. That's why they had, you see the movies and you're like, how come they couldn't shoot each other? It's because their aim was terrible. I mean, the aim of the gun.
Yeah.
We were extremely outnumbered and still won our freedom.
Yeah. Look at that.
I know, look how many were wounded. And that's just crazy to me. I wonder if they really weren't missing, if they really just changed sides. I wonder, you know? Makes
Freedom? Took off?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That's really cool. Revolutionary War. I don't think it matters which way. It's a circular driveway, so I don't think it matters which way you go. Beautiful home. It's actually smaller than I expected. I don't know what I expected, but larger, I guess.
It is large.
It is?
The land?
No, not the land, the house.
The house is bigger than
I thought the house would be like
Really?
double each side. Like, you see those huge plantations? That's what I expected it to be, I guess.
It's a pretty big house, right?
I just expected it to be wider, that's all. No. I mean, doesn't matter. No dog in that fight. Just was just expecting it to be bigger. I like how they have the wreaths on there, though. What trees are these with the berries? See them right there?
I know.
The red berries? Really pretty.
Mulberry tree or...
I'll have to ask the guide. Okay, guys, this is the smokehouse. We're not allowed to film inside the house, but they said 80% of the house was accurate, right? Was the original stuff from Jackson, Andrew Jackson. And so they have a lot. They have his library of over how many books did they say?
Over 750.
750 books, you guys. And this is the cellar here, but they said I could take video outside, so obviously I was going to just show you guys a few things. These are the slave houses were here, and then back there, and then there's a house in the far back that was theirs before they built this, because they built this later once he got some popularity with his being a general and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm allowed to show you guys all this, so let me just show you. I am very interested in history, for good or bad. Like I said, I think it's really good to learn. But this is one of the little pantries where they would work and make food. And this is a butter churn back there. You can see it. It's to make big batches of butter. They had their own cows here, and that's what they would do here. And then we're allowed to walk around the property. By the way, those trees in the front were holly trees. I asked him. This is another little butler pantry that they had. They just have some of the original items in here, but this isn't what it would look like. They just staged it for you to see different things about their life. And then here is another little, this is like the butler pantry where they would prep things to be ready to serve. The urns and things. And this is the dining room here where he would serve guests. People would come to visit him since he was president. And this is where he'd have dinner parties. And then these go into the fronts of the house there to go into sitting rooms where they would have company. This would be like the men's room. There's a pianoforte in this one here where his daughter-in-law would play. So anyway, very, very, very pretty home, and it's been very well kept. It did lose hands with a family, but then the women restoration company bought.
One of the grandchildren.
Yeah, one of his grandchildren, they bought it back. It was lost because of debt and had to be sold, but it's absolutely beautiful. This is the actual brick of the home, and the front is painted to look like a Grecian style. This is the back porch here. Yeah, and then he said that there's farms all over. I mean, there's little farms everywhere where they would grow different vegetables and things. And each of the houses where the enslaved people were kept, they had their own gardens behind each house. So obviously not happy about that part of history, but it is what it is, and I think we need to learn from it. So it's interesting to know their lifestyle, and a lot of the people, not a lot, but there was a few people that shared a lot of their experience here. So there's a lot of that information. A lot of the people that were slaves.
They stayed on and was a tour guide for.
At the end, he stayed on, and he was a tour guide here when it became a museum, and he lived here in this house here. So he stayed on. He wanted to be here. Once he got his freedom, he just kept on staying. So, and then there was an enslaved worker that escaped during the Civil War. Yep. Went to Nashville, got her freedom, and she was interviewed and talked a lot about Jackson, and that she was grateful that he kept her family together. He didn't separate her family, and she was grateful for that. So this is one of the houses here. I think this was their house, right?
That was their first house.
This was their first house right here that they lived. They lived humble beginnings, and then they moved up when he became more
general, right?
Yeah, general. So they could entertain, because they had a lot of guests coming to see him and visit him.
You want to see what those look like?
Yeah, let's go look in this one. So anyway, asked a lot of questions so I can understand. But he was, yeah, this one we're allowed to go inside, so let's hop on in here and see. But again, this was quarters for the guy, one of the head slave, I guess, that ran the company, ran everything. This was what his home would have looked like. And that's what it looks like in here now. You can see the wooden beams. Like he stayed on here and lived here and gave tours.
Okay.
Here's Alfred's cabin. This is Alfred. That was his name. I couldn't remember the gentleman's name. But this is him. And yeah, like I said, he stayed on here.
He rented 24 acres for them. That's cool.
Yeah. Where he raised, yeah, so he was able to stay on, and you can see him there as well. So very, very cool.
Wow.
I'm glad that they let him keep land and keep on in his place where he was raised. That makes me happy. Anyway, there's just some more houses. They said there was quite a few, and they left out. You can see, like, I don't know if you can see over there, but they left out outlines of some rock where you can kind of see it there. That's where they would have had other houses there and there. They said left those out so you could see kind of where other cabins would have been. So, and this was a cotton, right? A cotton field? Yeah.
Plantation. Yeah.
Cotton plantation, yeah. So, that's about it. I think we're gonna go on over and see the farms as well. They're taking really good care of the grounds here. Very, very pretty. The walkways. This was the garden area. And this is the side, this was added on to the house. This section over here. This is his office, Andrew Jackson's office, and his son's office. And then that would have been added to the house later on. Very, very cool. Which one is, oh, and it's Andrew Jackson in the back. The biggest one is his in the very back. And this is his wife.
This is Sarah York Jackson.
In the back? It says
Love Andrew
Oh,
Jackson.
Love. Okay, that was his wife. Oh, that makes it even sweeter that he did it. Colonel Andrew Jackson? Right there, and that one?
Says.
I thought it said General Andrew on his thing,
We saw it. That's what I was like.
not President. That's kind of cool. (1823 to 1882). That was the daughter. Yeah, that was. So the women, I guess, have the taller ones here in memory of Sarah York. Yeah, this is Sarah York. See, General Andrew Jackson. Wife and adopted. Very nice. You can see the Sons of the American Revolution there. That's kind of cool. What is this? His memorial over here? It's very pretty.
Probably is. It says right there, General Andrew Jackson right there.
That's it then, because he said that he chose to put general because he's very proud of it, of his fight for
Military.
freedom, instead of the
There's
president.
ladybugs all over it.
Yeah. Wow. Very pretty.
Sons of the American Revolution.
Yeah, I saw that.
Tennessee, Georgia.
Super cool. Very pretty grounds. So now when you read a book and they would stroll through the gardens, you know what that looks like. I would have not wanted to live there. Women had a lot of work then, more so than we have now. So there's the outside of the house. They call it a mansion, but it doesn't look like one to me. I guess it just looks like a normal home from nowadays. It really
It's
does,
pretty
right?
big.
Has the 2 offices in front here, and then 2 bedrooms behind it. And then upstairs he had his 2 grandchildren's rooms, and then he had 2 guest rooms. So that's not like a ton of bedrooms, but it's very pretty. And I love that it's mostly what he had.
You're just looking at it because it's like the size of our Sandy home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the size of, it's smaller than the home I raised my children in, because we had well, no, it's not. We had 6 bedrooms. So,
No, we had 8 bedrooms.
did we have 8?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You missed them when it was.
And this is the side entrance where they would come and go for work through here.
Not that it matters. And we had plumbing.
There's no plumbing, there's no running water. They've installed a sprinkler system just
For fire. Yeah.
for fire, that's it. There's nothing. But the view out of the windows at the top are just stunning. So it's absolutely beautiful. I'll try to insert a picture. But here's the walk out of it. And again, I did ask the tour guide and he said those are holly trees. So pretty. I just love grounds with lots of trees like this. I think this is very peaceful, but definitely would not have wanted to live in this time, nor would I have wanted to be a slave. So very grateful for my time that I was born in. And I just wanted to walk back here so I can just turn and show you guys the house. So that is the house there. Very, very pretty. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my little tour. I'm trying to share all the information I can, but again, they didn't allow any video inside. It was all only outside. They said you could take pictures and video outside, but nothing inside. So anyway, thanks guys. I'll check in with you guys later.